everyone, and welcome to our radio show. I'm the host, Devin Budnick, along with Ian Irwin, Preston Bledsoe, and Connor Easter. The topic we're talking about today is the dark horse NFL teams that can make a championship or a playoff run. Who do you think it is, Ian?
I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears. I like the situation they're in. Drafting Caleb Williams, drafting Rome Odunze, picking up Keenan Allen. They have DJ Moore. They added DeAndre Swift, which is really good. And for the defense, they have Jalen Johnson, which they drafted a couple years ago. They picked up Kevin Byard, so I really like the situation they're in right now. I think they will make a deep run into the playoffs this season.
All right, what about you, Preston?
I think the dark horse is going to be the Steelers. If Mike Tomlin can get them to a winning record and in the playoffs, Russell Wilson, I think he can take over. He hasn't had a chance since he was in Seattle to take over in the playoffs, and I think if he can get in, he can do it.
All right, what about you, Connor?
My dark horse team is the Las Vegas Raiders because I feel like with the addition of Brock Bowers that they drafted in the first round, that'll really propel their offense forward and they were only like a couple games shy of making the playoffs last year. So with Brock Bowers, I think they'll be able to get into the playoffs this year and make a run, hopefully.
All right, and I personally think it's the Atlanta Falcons because of the addition of Kirk Cousins. Really helps their offense already with Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. And they already have a very good defense from last year. So, even if they drafted Michael Penix, it really doesn't matter because their offense is already good enough. And they also have a great O-line as well. So I think if they can all stay healthy, if Kirk and Bijan and Kyle Pitts stay healthy, they can be a really dark horse team. And we're opening up calls now at 832-517-4372, and we have our first caller. All right, hello.
Yes, you were talking about dark horse NFL teams. The Seattle Seahawks have a completely new coaching staff with a completely revamped team. What do you think the chances are of them making a push this year?
I think they might have a chance, but I just don't see a lot of, real stars on their team that are going to be able to take over in the season against tough teams and games. And I think they might have a chance at getting to the playoffs, but definitely a first-round exit.
The thing about the new coaching staff is that we don't know if they're going to be really good or really bad. They could be like the Panthers were last year, or they could make a playoff run. We'll just have to see what happens.
The thing about the Seattle Seahawks is, the thing is they do have a new coaching staff, which you never know. I don't see the Seahawks maybe going in the first round, but I don't see them making it far.
Yeah, and I think that's a great question, but Mike McDonald, their new head coach, is a defensive-minded coach, so if they're wanting to help that offense out, which, I think it can be really good, but, the defense was already good enough, but, they did get rid of Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs, but I still think they could be, probably a wild card team, even without Diggs and Adams, but, especially with that offense. But, I don't see them being anything more than a wild card team at best.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, and that'll be the end of our show. And before we go, I want to give a word from our sponsor, Major League Wiffle Ball. They're the best professional wiffle ball league out there. I suggest going to their YouTube channel, MLW. Follow them on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, wherever. Just go check them out. I promise you won't regret it. And they're also going on tour later this year, so I would suggest going there, and you'll have a blast.